Welcome to Review Every Ship by CitizenCon 2024. The point is to give an update on every ship since some haven't had a video made about them in years. We'll go in depth, but we won't repeat everything on the RSI website. We will link to multiple sources of information either in the description or in the comments. And remember, digital ships aren't imaginary, digital ships are imagine necessary. We are at the Anvil manufacturer and we continue our series with the Anvil Legionnaire, and it has 0 variants. For the price, the Legionnaire as of 3.22 is 120 standalone, 100 warbond, and was the same at concept. The in-game cost is unknown. This ship is available only during time-limited sales. A quick note, this ship is not currently in-game, and for a loaner ship you get a Vanguard hoplite as of January 23, 2023. The Anvil Legionnaire presents the civilian market with a military-style boarding vessel capable of occupying ships of varying sizes, crews, and capacities. High-performance jump seats safely transport a boarding party of up to 10 into the action, while integrated systems let you co-pilot bypass security protocols on the target vessel, mitigating risk like never before. The only hacker ship in the game. Well, besides the Sentinel.
I'm shut down completely.
Green light, when the green light's blinking, it's something wrong.
For measurements, the Legionnaire has a length of 24, beam of 32, height of 16, and it is a small ship. Its minimum crew is 1 and its maximum crew is 2. It can carry 0 SCU.
Sub-Zero.
The Legionnaire's speed is unknown, but considering its role as a boarding ship and not a combat ship or interdiction ship, an educated guess takes us to it being fast in the straight line but having low maneuverability because of all the armor. CIG has said it's closest to maneuverability of the Cutlass Steel. For weapons, the Legionnaire has no weapon hardpoints, but it has 2 size 2 remote dual turrets, one controlled by the pilot, and no missiles. I will say there is some discrepancy between the brochure and the ship matrix screen. For ship parts, the Legionnaire has 1 small radar, 1 small computer, 2 small power plants, 2 small coolers, 3 small shield generators, 2 small fuel intakes, 2 small fuel tanks, 1 small quantum drive, 1 small jump module, and 1 small quantum fuel tank. The hull HP for the Legionnaire is unknown, but the brochure consistently states it will be heavily armored, so expect above average stats. This ship looks very similar to the Terrapin, as they have stated in the Q&A. This will have armor close to that, and the Terrapin has the 8th best hull HP in the game as of 3.22. The shields on the Legionnaire are also unknown, but expect basic military grade C shields considering it's so heavily armored and the fact that it has 3 shields on a $120 ship. I'm guessing full stop shields? The quantum stats the Legionnaire has are also unknown, but considering its role, I would guess it goes from planet to moon at most. The ship is designed to go on a mission and return to base and does not go out for long. The claim time on the Legionnaire is also unknown, but for small ships, it's normally negligible anyway. For special features and amenities, the Legionnaire has the hacking console, of course, which will allow the user to hack into another ship and override door locks and docking permissions. The ship also comes with 8 jump seats and an armory for storing weapons and boarding gear. The pilot controls 1 turret and the co-pilot controls the hacking and the other turret. Before we rate, let's talk about what hacking and docking without permission looks like from what we know thus far. Docking works the same way as the Constellation and the Merlin and can be done at any speed, albeit the slower, the better. If you're docked and the ship quantum jumps, you go with it. You must be within a few kilometers of the ship to hack the ship, not dozens of kilometers, not hundreds of kilometers. You can counter hacking when it occurs all by yourself, or if you don't, AI will automatically attempt to counter it. It fits in the same spaces as the Prospector as far as landing pads and hangars. The Sentinel could technically also provide the hacking role, but without the dedicated docking, it would require EVA in order to board. Also, the Legionnaire does not have bounty seats or cells like the Hawk or the Cutlass Blue. Now it's time to rate this ship. A rating I rate from 1 to 10. My 1 is only buy if you have a unique reason that is specific to you or because you like the looks of the ship. My 10 is basically if you have the money, this ship is almost guaranteed to be useful to you in game. A 1 doesn't mean the ship is useless or ugly, and a 10 doesn't mean the ship is perfect. Just remember, this is just our rating. Please give us yours in the comments down below and we'll respond as soon as we get back from fishing. For compliments. My rating for this ship overall is a 7. My biggest issue with the ship is its size. I don't understand why this isn't a medium ship so they could add in basic amenities for the crew and some larger parts to make it more long range. I also think the pilot should have access to the hacking station as well. At that point, That's where my criticisms really end. It's the only ship outside the Sentinel that is confirmed to have hacking gameplay, and it's half the price. This thing is well priced at $120 considering it has 3 functions: hacking, 8-person dropship, and boarding. Technically 10-person, you can argue. So far, all it can do is hack doors and air traffic authorization, but my guess is that expands as hacking gameplay gets more fleshed out. I can imagine pulling up to a space station and instead of requesting a landing, I hack the system to get in. Since it's empty and nobody knows I'm there, I can sneak into a place where I have a crime stat. Another use, I also hacked the system to make it look like I paid for repair, rearming, and refueling costs when I most assuredly did not. Another use, it's only one of 2 ships that can hack security post Korea from outside without having to enter, allowing me to get rid of my crime stat without most of the danger. Well, besides those things that shoot at you. Okay, last one. Imagine this. This is a big one. You hack weapons at a space station to disarm them from your ship, allowing other ships to attack the station. So again, security post Korea. Okay, I went a little crazy there with all my theories about how cool hacking will be, but let's get back to reality. This is an 8-person dropship with a respectable number of seats to take a bunch of people with you to wreck the enemy. But my guess is, if you have 8 people to take with you, you would probably be better off and better served with 4 ships of 2 crew rather than a tiny dropship. The biggest contender to this ship, however, is the Cutlass Black, but still they fill different roles. The Cutlass drops 2 jump seats but adds 46 SCU of cargo capacity, missiles, larger weapons, a tractor beam, the ability to carry a small vehicle, and it includes weapons like weapon hardpoints. But even with that, I can't ignore the ability to hack and the ability to do dedicated boarding. The Legionnaire may end up not being as useful in the end as more dropships enter the chat or more dedicated boarding ships, but from what I can find, it's a solid 7. Like I say about most combat ships, however, it's an earn that ship inside the game for me. Let me explain why I will earn most combat ships in the game. Most of them are either overpriced for what you get or have such a limited use that I can't justify spending real world money on them. If it's not overpriced, then they tend to get outgunned by newer ships or nerfed in order to favor newer ships, or they're in a desperate need of a rework that isn't coming for a long time. Something more unique to me though is that I like large and capital ships. I will own maybe 1 or 2 medium ships and maybe 1 small ship, but all of those need to be specifically geared to my in-game needs. I'll do a video soon that is going to kind of explain what my in-game needs are because I have had people ask. I know you're here for our rating though, but if you really want a ship, go buy it. We won't stop you, or even better, all ships can be earned in-game once the game releases, and some you can purchase in the game right now. These are just our ratings, but when you spend, it's your money. My opinion, if I really needed a heavy fighter and the Legionnaire, I would hop onto a CCU chain that included a Cutlass Black, use that until the Legionnaire becomes available, then rent the Legionnaire, see which fulfills my needs better, and then go from there. I personally don't need a boarding ship or hacking ship with what I plan to do in game, but I definitely see the Anvil Legionnaire brimming with potential value both in game and out. All right, that's it for this one. Thanks for spending your time with us. Peace.